I was so desperate for some salty snacks. I've just found a quarter of a bag of salt and vinegar McCoys that have been open probably for about 6 months.
Do you like cheesy balls?
Mark.
You like cheesy balls? They do sell cheesy balls, don't they?
I don't like the cheesy balls that are like wafers that have got cream cheese in the middle.
Do you like them in
70s.
Right.
I like puff cheese balls.
Do you like puff cheese balls in netting?
Mark, you make me feel sick.
In case you haven't seen it, it's Peacemaker.
Today's t-shirt is...
Peacemaker. He so wants peace, he'll kill anyone and anything to get it.
Who's the first person to notice something different?
Ah. Well, I can't say it looks that different now.
Are you joking?
Well, it looks different, but it already is starting to look bad. Orange Jam's getting my GCSE results tomorrow and I can't stay calm.
Oh, sweetheart.
Wishing you the best of luck. Cupboard shut.
Why? Because I cleared it up. And the drawers are shut.
And that sounds like a song. And the drawers are shut. You turn everything into a song. Turn Pepsi can.
Pepsi can. Pepsi can. Yes, she can. Pepsi can.
There you go.
Hello, everybody. What sort of day have you had? We had an odd day. We took my dad to hospital, up and down flights of stairs and lifts and escalators. Got to the desk, and his appointment's for tomorrow. Not today. So that was quite frustrating for him and for my mum.
Nicole Marcella just finished work. Is it as hot there as it is hot here? Nadia keeps saying, why are you working in your office when it's so hot? It's like, because it's so hot. That's why. It's nice and cool in there.
Sat watching the kids swimming. Can you give
Debbie
me and my mum,
Foreman.
Teresa, a shout out?
Debbie
and
Foreman.
Teresa. Hiya.
It's hot in Kent, someone said. Nicole Marcella says it's miserable here. 40 here, JB.
Where are you?
Oh, look, worrying day. 3rd trimester of pregnancy, Jade Louisa. Very worried about getting COVID now.
I
Oh,
bet
sleepy.
you are, darling.
Mark Oakerby, it's been a meh day.
I mean,
It's
being
very
pregnant,
warm.
you just get worried about everything, don't you? I certainly remember that.
Sharon Scotland needs a drink. Salsa Trish, warm in Yorkshire.
I'm having a... Who knows what a screwball is? Oh, no, a screwdriver. What is a screwball?
Screwball comedy. Have you noticed how we keep replacing letters with other letters? Do you think something's
I
happening
think we've
to us?
got something.
I think we've got collective amnesia. This is someone's first live. Where have you been, Kim Rawlings?
Kim Rawlings, Kim Rawlings, Kim Rawlings, Kim Rawlings, Kim Rawlings, Kim Rawlings. Mark! You are like the most annoying 4-year-old. I hope you pour it on your computer.
Hope you pour it on your app. Now, there was a piece on Radio 4 today.
Have a lovely time, Emma.
All about the vulva. No, and it was a really interesting radio documentary about the fact that societally, they did a survey and the vast majority of men and women don't know fully the anatomical elements of a woman's vagina.
I know, people don't.
All we know is the cross-section, apparently, of the ovaries, the womb, and the uterus.
Right, who can tell us properly where their vulva is?
Do you want me to show you? I can show you.
I know where my vulva is.
Oh, let me show you.
No, Mark,
Okay.
you're being disgusting.
No, but I'm being honest. Apparently there's inner bits, outer bits, all Ellery
Darling,
Jones.
we know this.
No, but lots of women don't know this too. You might, because you're inspecting it all
Nicola
the time.
Randall has no idea where
There you
her
go.
vulva is.
So I'm going to ask, this is a grown-up, well, it's not, shouldn't be a grown-up question.
Between my legs, says Leon.
Yeah, they were saying, this woman on this radio show was really adamant that it was a sign of a sort of, masculine privilege that in schools, girls and boys aren't taught about the inner workings or the inner elements of the vagina vulva in the way that, because men's stuff is all out there, we know everything about balls
Well,
and
because
penises.
there's no secret to it, is it? I mean, it's just hanging there all the time.
Yes, it is. It just is. So the big question, the reason I'm repeating this was on Radio 4 in the afternoon, and they asked this question. how many holes does a woman have down there?
Oh yeah, not everybody knows that.
So let's ask you, do you know how many holes a woman's got down there?
Including your bum hole?
Including everything down there. Your anus hole.
No, I didn't want to say it because you'd already been gross, so I wasn't saying anus hole.
Oh, so it is gross to say.
Not
anus
even
hole.
5 minutes and we're already mentioning genitalia. I do hope you haven't come in for
Yes.
the news.
Welcome for the news. Yeah, welcome
We
to
do
the
get
news.
to the news, but we always like to have a bit of a chat before we get to the news.
Cheryl Newby says 4. 2, 3, vast majority. But you see, Nicola Randall, it's a pause for a moment, isn't it? I was always told it was 3. Tamara Day, 5. Bloody hell. I guess that's a situation where you've been ripped a new arse off.
If you're including, yeah. Why are you including your bum
What
hole?
are the 3?
Why are you including
Because
bum holes?
they're all
Because
down
boys
there.
have bum holes too. I think
Yeah.
they should be totally female. Why are we including a hole that men have?
Okay, well, what are the other holes?
The other holes are your vagina and your urethra.
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 But anyway, I thought...
No, that doesn't include your mouth, Sharon, because that's the other end.
Then you've got to include your... Okay, here's a question. How many holes in entire... Let's assume there are 3 down there. How many
Well,
holes...
are we including anus holes?
Yes.
Okay.
Was there a 3rd hole in the nun?
Well, no, because I don't think we should. I think we should be saying, what are you, the 2 female holes?
And what are they?
Because you've got bum hole.
Thanks for clarifying. I've got a what?
I'm not saying it.
Are we including skin pores, Diane?
No, because we can't count them.
We can't count those. So how many have women got in their entire body, holes, and how
Oh,
many
Mark,
have men
that's
got?
just silly.
No, it's
we
not.
can't go through all our holes.
Yes, we
We've got
can.
ear holes, nose
Yeah.
holes,
You can't... holes, nose.
cake hole.
We're back to nostrils. No, not nose
Got
holes.
cake hole. Okay, including the cake
No.
hole.
Yeah.
Let's all add up how many holes we've got.
Okay, I'm going to do it.
Are we
I'm gonna
including
do it.
eyeball holes?
Yeah, I think the pupil
I don't
is...
think you can because it's not a hole, is it? It's got an eye
Well,
in
it lets
it.
in light.
Mark, it's confusing. Clarify what
Okay, excluding your eyes, including your genitalia and back passage, and every
how
other
many
hole
holes
have
we
you got?
Okay. Including your cake hole.
Okay, I know how many I've got.
That's
How many have
right.
men got?
I know how many I've got.
How many have you got?
9.
Why'd you say it like that? How many have I got?
Sharon, Scotland's got 10.
How have you got 10?
I've just had dinner, says Ben Ashley.
I've got a pen that doesn't work.
How many do you think you've got?
I've got 7.
Okay, name them. We've all got 5 in our head.
Okay, I've got anus hole, penis hole,
Oh, Mark.
mouth hole,
Oh, God.
2 lug holes,
Yeah.
and 2 nose holes.
Okay. So I've got 2 ear holes, a cake hole, 2 nose holes, a belly button, which I'm including as a hole.
That's not a hole.
Mark,
That's an indentation.
If I lay back and I poured something into my belly button, it would stay there.
It
It's
wouldn't
a
as soon as you
hole.
stand up. It
Right,
doesn't
get
go in.
something.
We
No,
can-
actually, no, don't.
Are you having a laugh?
I'm including my belly
If you
button
had
as
a hole
hole.
in your belly button and you got into a pool, it would fill you otherwise, wouldn't it?
What do you mean?
It's not a hole.
I'm including it as a hole.
You can't-
If you were gonna include eye sockets as holes.
Well, no, Faith Goodman
I'm-
has a really interesting point. Nipples are holes for breastfeeding.
Ah,
Beautiful segue, by the way, there. Beautiful segue.
Penelope Cruz topic.
I feel like I've drunk. Sharona, I'm weird. I'm rewatching Vlogmas.
That's not weird, Sharon. It's clever.
It's it's clever. Sorry, I need to get a pen that works. So, 7, 9.
What numbers are you coming up with, guys? Vicky Hugg says she's learnt more in this conversation than she did in secondary school.
Exactly.
There are women walking around not knowing how many holes they've got.
Exactly. That's a travesty. It's a travesty. What is going on?
People don't know where their vulvas are.
Okay, we'll explain.
No, Mark.
Please.
I'm not talking about my my vulva in detail. I'm not going to talk about it in detail. We'll attract weirdos.
Hey, you live with a weirdo. I am the resident weirdo.
What are you looking
Where
for?
are all the pens?
Oh, you won't find one. Don't even try looking.
Oh
Mark, stop. You've left the drawer open.
Look, that's a pencil.
Break it open with your teeth.
That's a look at this pen.
Oh,
What's this? What's that? What is...
somebody stood on it. What's the other one?
Oh,
Oh,
that doesn't work.
that's from our friends, is it?
Oh, is it? Oh, yeah.
Show them.
Fuck it. So, anus hole. Are we still on that? Have we moved
I
on,
have
guys?
got 9 holes.
Yeah.
Not including the holes in my nipples, because I think they're more. Well, they are pinholes, I suppose. They probably are holes, but I don't know how many I've got.
Oh, I see, because there are
Because
many.
when I used to squeeze the milk like that, it'd fly. Go.
Do you remember when you used to aim it at pint glasses?
Yeah.
Yeah. She could fill a glass from 6 yards.
Right, let's move on.
Oh, God. Shut the drawer, Mark. Yeah, I've left it open. I just can't be bothered.
See? See?
Tech cream can't. All right, I will.
We've got to skip, and I think what I'm going to do tomorrow is open those drawers and tip them into the skip. I swear to God. Right, here we go.
So, has anyone been following the story of Penelope's nipple, Penelope Cruz's nipple? If you follow the Popcorn Junkies, I craftily got round what I knew Instagram were going to do by placing a swipe across of Penelope Cruz's face and then the lactating nipple behind it. So
Show them the picture.
So she's in.
I'll show them it.
She's in a new film called Parallel Mothers by the Spanish filmmaker Pedro Almodovar.
Very
And
well said, Mark.
thank you very much.
I felt like I was in Spain.
For a minute, I felt
Made
like
me fancy ordering some patatas bravas.
I felt like I was in Valencia. Sarcastic cow.
Bring me some patatas bravas.
Shut your cake on. And the poster for it is a lactating nipple.
So this
And
is
in-
what we
yeah.
posted on Popcorn Junkies. So Mark put Penelope Cruz first because he knew
But
if he
that-
put that first, which is the joyous wonder, the extraordinary thing that a woman's nipple, a breast, produces milk and gives life, supports life, and there's a drip of milk. If he'd put that on the front, Instagram would have taken it down.
And well, what they did last night was Instagram censored it across their platforms.
Yeah.
But
Get
they
your
didn't,
nipple out now.
But they didn't censor mine.
Sorry,
Post.
excuse me. Get your nipple
I
out.
don't want to get your treat
I
on.
bet if you got your nipple out, you stuck it right into the camera of
Most people would vomit eating their dinner.
YouTube would not remove it, but if I did, they would.
Well, shall we find out?
No.
Okay. So what do you think, guys? Is it offensive? Yes or no? Is it offensive?
Now, you might find it's a bit ick,
Yeah.
and that's fine because it is something coming out of a body, so that's fine. But I think, personally, this is my opinion on it, but I think, for the love of God, can we not just move on? I mean,
But let's hear.
censoring nipples.
Yeah, nipples. Just going back to the previous subject, Antonia Schwartz says, am I the only adult who teaches my 4-year-old the proper names for genitalia instead of pretty names? Is that weird?
Yeah. I suppose I've got used to using other names like known because we can't say it on telly. So I've got used to saying it, but I think otherwise I would just say, I think more people now do, don't they, just call it their proper name. Because every time you don't call it the proper name, you're saying that there's something shameful, something wrong with that actual body part that
Yes.
we're discussing. You wouldn't
Yeah,
go,
absolutely.
I mean, we wouldn't rename a leg, would you? Or an arm,
No.
or a hand. So why would you rename anything else?
Look, the vast majority of people...
It's saying basically that your bits are offensive, are inherently offensive, which is exactly what Instagram have done. You know, do you know that breast milk, it's so extraordinary, it's produced the perfect temperature. If it were to get really hot, the breast milk would cool down for your baby. And within, I don't know what it is, something like 20 minutes, if there's a virus, like a cold or something flicking around, your body adjusts antibodies in the milk for the baby.
That's crazy,
It's
isn't it?
totally extraordinary. They cannot mimic it. They can't. They cannot make the same thing because it's so extraordinary. And yet it's offensive. Everything that's offensive on social media platforms, and yet a drip of milk coming out of a nipple.
Yeah,
But
they can
apologised.
create fake genetically modified meat out of oxygen, but they can't recreate breast milk.
Can't recreate this.
And here, look, Vicky Edwards says, my mother-in-law told my son off for saying he had a penis. That's remarkable. What did she call
Oh my
him
God,
to
I
call
love that
it?
story. How old was he?
A wiener? A weenie?
Some people call it a Jack Thomas.
A todger? I'm trying to think what my nan
I
refers to
think
it as.
todger is a very unpleasant word.
Well, what would you call it? What do you think? Yeah, I'm trying to think what
I
my
say
grandparents
penis,
generate.
'cause it
What
is
did
a
your mum and
penis.
dad call it?
They never called it anything.
They literally just circumnavigate the whole
Well,
thing.
we just never came up over dinner. We just didn't discuss penises. Mark! That really hurt!
Ow!
I must have had a bruise there already. It's really hurt. Look at Toffee. in the back.
Purple.
Look at Toffee. You know what? She's just had half a roast chicken. I did. I've tore off the chicken off the carcass.
I'm now going to share with you what Wonder Woman calls it: a purple-headed womb ferret.
Oh, God.
Oh, I see what
What's
you mean.
that,
It's
a penis or a vulva?
Think of it: purple-headed womb ferret.
Oh!
Aha!
Oh, my God. That's disgusting.
Stick with the image.
That's going to stay in my head now.
And somewhere else.
Mark! Imagine if the kids were
That really hurt my nipple.
Don't say things
It's for...
Mark, stop.
Babe, you're re-entering...
Stop.
What is that?
Don't.
No.
Mark.
Honestly, I've just noticed. It's not down there. It's not down. Wait.
What?
Wait, is it there?
No, stop it, Mark.
No, seriously.
Oh, that?
Yeah.
Was a spot.
Yeah, you're re-entering puberty.
I am. I think it's my HRT.
Oh, Gracio D. I think Willy is the kind of most agreeable term, isn't it?
See, Willy, you don't... I mean, like, if a man called his penis a willy, I would really hate that.
It's not
Because
something
childlike.
it's not something you want to do anything with, is it? You sort of want to put it in a drawer.
Like, I'm not even keen on the word tummy, because it's very, like, childlike.
I've never called my Willy a tummy.
No, but I don't like the word tummy. Tummy ache.
Tummy.
It's like when somebody says, I've got tummy ache. It's like, no, you're not, because you're not 4. You haven't got tummy ache. You've got a stomach upset.
Oh my God.
No, but these things are important. Language, words are a powerful thing.
I love the new consonants you add to everything.
It's because I've got something wrong with my brain.
What are you... Is this,
What's going on?
is this a screwdriver?
Yeah, it's only a single shot.
Russ Souch, gosh, Nadia, you're a bit harsh. I know, tummy ache, and you're going to punch him in the tummy.
I don't like the word tummy. I just don't. I can't help it. I'm just being honest.
So anyway, they censored Penelope's nipple, though of course we don't know
Sorry,
if it's
Vicky
Penelope's
Edwards
nipple.
says, I think tummy sounds fatter, so
So
I say stomach.
Yeah, I know what you mean. No.
Belly sounds fatter.
But look, Instagram.
Could you imagine it shaking? Belly, belly,
Yeah,
belly,
belly, yeah. Jelly belly.
Jelly belly.
Jelly belly. Do you remember that advert where they had a
Me and
man
my
running
sisters
around with a
only
jelly belly?
Ever, if we said the word belly, we only ever said jelly belly.
Yeah,
Oh, my
jelly
jelly
belly.
belly, jelly belly, jelly belly. I was
Oh
walking.
my God. Antonio Schwartz says a willy is better than calling it a beef thermometer.
Who the hell calls it a beef thermometer?
Bloody hell.
Beef.
Oh, it's like a probe.
Oh my, I'm going to be sick. Move it on, move it on.
Okay, so Instagram having censored Penelope's lactating nipple, though we know it's not Penelope's, though it could be, we don't know, do
No,
we?
it's not.
Instagram has since subsequently apologised because the poster's designer put in a formal complaint. And then Instagram's parent company,
Very
which is
clever
Facebook, yeah, very clever, isn't it?
Everyone knows about this movie now.
We do, however, make exceptions to allow nudity in certain circumstances, which includes when there's clear artistic context.
Hang on.
We've
hang
therefore
on.
restored posts sharing the movie poster to Instagram.
Autistic. Right, men may be under the illusion that breasts are for them and their perversions, but actually they are there to feed tiny human beings, to keep them alive.
But this
That is actually the purpose of a breast.
But this breast is being used to promote a film.
Yeah, but it's a film. It's
a film
there's
about mothers.
Yeah, I mean,
So, I mean, a lot of people are very touchy, aren't they, about women feeding their babies in public?
well, they need to get alive.
No, I agree. Sam JP, what is people's problem with nipples Anyway, men can get theirs out whenever they want, but as somehow say, I agree. I mean,
because everything about a woman's breast is sexualized. That's why, and it's not. You know, sometimes they're just annoying things on our bodies, but most importantly, they feed our babies.
Bev,
you know, so.
Bev Berry says there's a lot of tits on Instagram anyway. Very, very true. So that's the Penelope Cruz
Hit
nipple
the like
story.
button just underneath my left nipple if you're having a good time. Mark.
I don't like see. Well, I'm pleased you say that, Orange Jams. When I see a man walking down the street topless, I think it's really offensive.
I
find
hate
it really
I
aggressive.
really hate it.
And I'm a man. I find it really aggressive.
I don't like it. I mean, if you're near the beach,
Call me
you're
old-fashioned.
walking along like a promenade, then I don't mind it. But say if I was at a bus stop in Croydon and somebody just kept, the reason I'm saying this is because the last time I got the bus from Croydon, a man stood in front of me with his bare chest, and I found it threatening, and I was having this whole conversation with myself as to why I did find it threatening, and questioning myself whether it was some sort of weird prejudice.
Well, why did you?
Look at that bird drinking in the dog bowl.
Oh, yeah. Why did you?
It's a magpie.
Why did you? Why did you find it offensive? We've
I
got
just
all night, don't worry.
I just think there is a time and a place for things.
I agree.
I mean, I wouldn't really like it. I would feel a bit uncomfortable if somebody stood in a bikini in front of me at the bus queue.
It'd be a bit much.
It's a bit much.
A bit much. You see, I think a lot of men, unfortunately, who walk around topless think they're God's gift to women. I genuinely do. I think they're thinking, look at me, look at me, look at me.
But invariably they're not.
All right.
I'm not talking about these guys that are walking around with their big bare muscly chest.
Why?
I'm talking about it's just a lack of manners. I can't really put my finger on it.
Karen S., why do men take their tops off to look macho like at football matches? I don't know. I just don't know. It's strange. It's strange. Cheryl Newby, you agree? If Travis Fimmel walked along with no shirt on, I would not be offended. Is he the actor who's in Vikings? Or am I completely off piste there? Okay, well look, we're going to get to Jennifer Aniston and David Schwimmer in a bit, because that's a great story. But can I just say, we like to flag up the fact that we're burning to a crisp as a party.
They're annoyed with the magpie.
They just went for the magpie.
Water.
They just went for the magpie. Oh, he is Derry Shaw. Thank you very much. It is that actor. Just wanted to share with you, new heat record in Europe as an anticyclone that the Italians have called Lucifer has hit Sicily just outside.
What's an anticyclone?
I don't.
Never
I think it goes in the opposite direction. Does it? It's a cyclone that goes in reverse.
Does cyclones only go one way?
I think they kind of. It's a.
Don't cyclones
I think
go
it's
like that?
Yeah, but I think it's a bit like water going down the sea. You know, on the opposite side of the world, it goes the other way.
So what does it mean when it goes the other way around?
I don't know. Maybe it causes heat
I
rather
hate
than
it when
rain.
you don't know things, because you know everything.
I don't know what an anti. Does anyone know what an anticyclone does? Anyway, it's created an all-time record outside Syracuse of 48.5 degrees. Think about that. 1.5 degrees off 50, which you would expect in the Middle East or India or perhaps even South America.
What's the
Central America.
highest that Sicily has ever had?
48. So it's just pipped it. But there are wildfires raging all over Italy. Now,
are these wildfires? Because there's a lot of news back and forth about fires being set off.
Yeah. Well, a farmer's just been prosecuted.
Is it a wildfire in that? See, this might be a really stupid question.
I doubt
so
it.
forgive me.
No.
Is it that it's so hot from the sun that it's lighting dry wood, or is it people have left glass or cigarettes?
I think it's a bit of both.
But has it got so hot that the mere sun landing on dry wood can light it?
In some scenarios, because one of the simplest ways that fires do start is by pine cones bursting. Oh, sorry.
Pine cones. Hi, darling.
That's all right. Hi. Oh, you close.
Love you.
Good to see you.
See you soon, Baba.
Yeah, and I think so. Pine cones bursting, but I think it might also be a huge number of the fires will be sort of accidental too. I think the problem is that when they go, they go. Laura S., that clip was awful of the ember smouldering island. I haven't seen that clip. But there is a farmer in Italy who's been arrested and I think sentenced to 4 years because he was caught on camera I can only
On
imagine.
purpose.
I can only imagine it's
4
for insurance
years.
purposes.
For only 4 years. When you've caused that kind of devastation. What did you do? Light one of the big fires?
There you go. Gaynor Hills has just explained. One is a low pressure wind system, the other is a high pressure wind system. So you could get essentially a cold cyclone and a hot cyclone.
Didn't know you could get
So presumably an anticyclone is a bloody hot one. Oh, did you see Chi-Chi? Oh, Chi-Chi.
Papa!
That's her eyesight. She just fell
Come
down the
on,
step.
darling.
She ran in yesterday and went straight into the door.
Oh, she's been following me around. Whatever I do today, she's just
she's
by
just
my
missed
feet.
you.
Oh, sweet.
The thing is, she's become ever more charming with her inability to see properly. Niffer K, very difficult to address safeguarding concerns with a child if they use alternative names. Children should always be taught the medical names for body
that's
parts.
true.
Yeah,
That's so
yeah,
true.
very true. Poor Chi-Chi, I know. Mark, can you review Minamata, please? I wanted to ask people, does anyone know about a series called White Lotus?
Very good question from Emma Staple there, who's a younger person.
What can we do about it? Has it gone too far? Well, what you can do...
Do we just give up and watch the world fall apart?
No.
I love that you've asked this
No.
question, Emma, because this is what Mark and I's discussion is all the time.
And Kiki's been doing
How
a summer
do they
project about climate
manage
change, yeah.
the fact that people are saying, because if I'm honest, I've given up. If I'm honest. You know, you see the documentaries of the oceans just puking plastic. You see these fires. You're told we must have zero emissions globally to just pause it. We can't go back. We can't reverse at all. That's what they tell. And if I'm really honest, I've given up. Have you?
Do you want me to be really honest?
Yeah.
Yes. No, but not
Mark's given up.
But not yes insofar as one stops recycling. If we could get an electric car, I would. But can I just stress something like this? Did anyone else see in the press about a week ago that anyone with electric cars was told not to plug them in because there would be a power shortage?
I know. Did they not think of this ahead of time?
So even where you can make the best endeavours, Reese Roberts, is White Lotus good? Someone else just saw the trailer for it. You know, even with I suppose the worry I've got is even when we fastidiously recycle, and then they don't bother to pick it up, or they just leave it.
Yeah,
and,
and these stories don't happen.
This is the microscopic level that everyone feels.
When I say I've given up as well, I don't mean up in that, like, we hardly eat any meat now, do we?
Sophie,
Mark nags me all the time about electricity, which is good. It's not give up in that we wouldn't do anything, but emotionally, somewhere inside of me, things like, even yesterday, I was thinking, oh God, I really want crisp. And I was thinking, well, have one. I was thinking, we've got 9. I say to you all the time, don't we? We've got 10 years left. And I think, what am I waiting for? Everything I'm waiting for. Why don't I just do it now? Because we've only got 10 years left.
The other
I think I've been a bit depressed with it.
Yeah, I think I am too. And I think watching it sort of happen is a little bit like those moments in sort of films like Independence Day, where people are watching the telly and they see aliens land on another part of the planet, and they're like, oh, this is kind of happening over there. And then suddenly it happens here. One of the problems also with the whole endeavour of fighting climate change is that most of the things we need to do as a country, and to be fair to the government, they're presented with a real dilemma. It costs a fortune for many of the things we need to do. So, for example, if we could all remove our gas central heating, you know, our what they call boilers.
But apparently it's going to cost a fortune.
It will cost a fortune. Now, so people who've got a bit of money might be able to afford to do it, though it's so expensive. But,
Well,
you know,
it's
we've
like
just had
me and
British
Kate.
Gas install this thing that shows you how much electricity and gas you're using. I was talking to the lady yesterday about it. And that's really good because it means that you'll go and turn stuff. But this is microscopic. I mean, even if all of Britain hit our carbon neutral targets, you've got the rest of the world. It's like COVID.
With Blandford, yes, my emotional state took a nosedive. Mine did too. And it's like Kay and I always talk about this, you know, you see bamboo this and bamboo that, and get a bamboo packed lunchbox for 25 quid and get a because a lot of this eco stuff is huge business, incredibly expensive. And you think most people on the planet, because don't forget, every single one of us, no matter what our state is, to be born in this country is such incredible privilege when you see how the suffering that goes on in the majority of the world. We live in a tiny portion, you know, incredibly. They're just trying to stay alive for that day. Just trying to get enough bread to feed They are not going to be thinking bamboo style and don't use my petrol in my bike and don't. So that's when I feel hopeless, because I think we are the most privileged in the West.
And we still can't.
And we still can't do it. So people that are just fighting day by day, it's just...
Debbie Foreman, we have got a note. Welcome. Can everyone welcome Debbie Foreman as a new family
Welcome,
member?
Debbie
You're going to get your
Foreman.
name destroyed at the end of this live.
We'll sing for you.
Sam JP, I've cut my meat down. I did go vegan for about 6 weeks because I think a lot of people don't realise that by what you eat, you impact on the global...
And do you know what I found out yesterday from reading
economy.
Kiki's project that I
Yeah.
didn't know?
Yeah.
That the second most draining industry on the planet is fashion.
Fast fashion. Fast fashion especially.
Fast fashion. So that's stuff that you're just buying and you'd think, oh, I'll just wear it for a few weeks because it cost me a couple of quid. Dial. Actually, Kiki and I went to an exhibition about that a couple of years ago.
Gemma,
At Vic V&A, and
yeah.
it was
Oh, yeah, yeah. So
fascinating. Like a pair
sustainable.
of trainers, you should see what the impact on the planet.
I mean, for example, another small thing that I've done, like this T-shirt and the dedicated T-shirts, they're sustainable T-shirt. I mean, what does that necessarily mean? But they are sustainable, with sustainable materials. I just wanted to read...
I have to read Gemma.
Oh, yeah, I wanted to read that. Yeah, go for it.
That's so funny.
Gemma H.
Gemma H. I don't leave the house. Don't have gas. Never driven. Don't go on holiday. I'm vegan. If everyone lived like me, there'd be no global warming, but everyone be as miserable as I am.
But therein lies a truth. Therein lies a frightening truth. None of us really want to change. That's the reality.
I think if we were all told, my God, if just 50% of us changed, these things, and we can reverse or we can stop it, I think we would.
Yeah.
But they don't say that. They make us feel the whole time like there's no hope.
Well, I don't think they try and make us think there's no hope. I think it looks incredibly bleak. Guys, we're going to move over to the final story of the day. David Schwimmer and Jennifer Aniston.
So tell me about this, Mark.
Right, so this story has evolved over the day. So this morning there were stories, and it's all rumour mill. We posted it on the Popcorn Junkies. And, I was toying with the idea, would people love it if David Schwimmer and Jennifer Aniston got together? Ross and Rachel, all that sort of stuff. Oh my God, could it happen in the real world?
I think it would be lovely, but I'm really concerned.
You're really concerned. So, of course, on the Friends reunion, David Schwimmer said he had a huge crush on her. And
No, he said we always had a huge crush.
Yeah, and she said it was reciprocated.
Yeah, but then she said, but we will always hook up with everything. We were always hooked up with other people.
Right, yeah.
I read in her delivery that that's what she'd always said to him, so she didn't offend him.
That was her pushing him back. Well, anyway, so the rumour mill is that he's been over her gaff an awful lot. How do they know this?
Well, because they'll have paparazzi following them.
So David Schwimmer possibly has been over at Jennifer Aniston's. Now, David Schwimmer's agents have come out today denying furiously that they're together.
Have they denied it furiously, or just they've denied it?
They've denied it.
Oh, okay. Because if they denied it furiously, I would think maybe
Schwimmer's reps have told HuffPost there is no truth to the rumours of a romance.
whatsoever?
No, that's it.
Oh.
Yeah. So the Independent has... Now, this is less about salacious gossip. This is more about...
Would we like it?
Would we like it? Would you like it if we found out they had tied the knot and they were together? Someone made an interesting point.
It's always nice. Love is lovely, isn't it?
And someone made an interesting point on Instagram, which I kind of understood, which is, I'd love it if they did, but then we'll have the fear of them splitting up.
Yeah.
Which I get what you mean.
Yeah.
So would you like them all to be together? It would be adorable.
God, I love people getting together. I never stand in judgment of the people that do get together. Love is love. And
Christ, I feel like I'm going to sing a song.
Is there a song for Love is Love?
Love is love.
Oh, no. Love me do. And I love you. 'Cause please, love me do.
Sophie R is asking, will you be doing any more box set binges? We will. The next series we're going to do box set binges on is the new Nicole Kidman series. 9 Perfect Strangers or 9 Perfect Lives.
I've been looking. I wanted to do that recent one with Saran Jones, but you were very unfavourable to it.
Yeah, no, I don't know why. But we're desperate. We're desperate to do a new series. We love doing the box set binges. We love reacting and reviewing. I mean, the last one we did was the one set in the prison, but Nadia just couldn't bring herself to watch anymore.
I keep saying to you, if we watch it at 9 o'clock in the morning, I can. I can't watch it at 9.
But there's a critical mass, isn't there? There's a moment when everyone's watching, and it's nice to share. But there hasn't been anything like The Bodyguard, has there, in a while? There hasn't been something that we can all gather around the water cooler and get excited about. But Sophie R, we will get to it as soon as something lands.
Sam JP, big hug.
Sam
You're feeling
JP.
rotten after your second vaccine.
Oh.
But let me just say to you, once that's all over, the symptoms, you do have this wonderful relief that you've got you both and you feel safe.
I'm pleased to hear that. Lucy Heener is still obsessed about Bo Burnham. So are the girls.
So good.
Check out you can get his album on Spotify from
so fantastic.
his series. So Gabby Roos, I love your showbiz news videos. You know what, Gabby? A lot of people are asking for box set binges, and a lot of people are asking for showbiz. It's not for want of we want to do them, but there isn't an awful lot of news. I mean, this is a bit like a showbiz one because we've talked about.
May says, please can you say a word in Arabic? Marhaba, kif al-hal? Ya habibti.
What did you just say? Nipples.
I said, hello, how are you?
Oh.
My darling.
Oh. What was the word that we discovered last night? It was liver.
Ukhbida, my liver. My love, my liver.
Fragmented liver, your dad said.
Well, no, it's not fragmented.
He did. He said it's shattered liver. Or something. Your liver's shattered with love. Can
Yes,
you
Laura.
hit the like button if you've
What have I
enjoyed this
missed,
crazy
says
chat?
Lee? Oh my God, Lee, you missed the beginning.
You've missed a lot. You've missed nipples. You've missed holes.
Anus holes, you missed.
You've missed everything.
Wine o'clock is always a little more risque.
Yeah, you could say that for sure. Hit the like button, guys, if you've enjoyed our really, really quite bizarre conversation. And for those
If you like spending time with us, hit that like button under my non-lactating nipple.
Yeah, and Gabby, we will do another Showbiz News soon. So Debbie Foreman, can you sing her name so she can use it as a ringtone? Miss Sawalha.
Deborah B, Foreman. Deborah B, Foreman, welcome.
It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful.
Welcome.
Oh right, we're still in it. Oh sorry, I didn't realise. I thought you collapsed. It was an intake of breath.
Debbie. Who was the one that couldn't sing in Friends?
Oh, that was
I'm her.
what's her name? The one who played the guitar terribly. Lisa Kudrow's
No, but
character.
what's her character?
I know, I can't remember. What was her name, guys? Phoebe, thank you. Rich Coulter would like a happy belated birthday because his birthday was on Father's Day and he didn't get one.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Rich Coulter. Happy birthday to you. Reza Moralati, Nadia, can you make a tabbouleh salad? I can.
Ooh.
Shall I make tabbouleh salad for this Sunday? I made a lovely strawberry pistachio pavlova for the No Name Sunday show this weekend. I think maybe we could make tabbouleh and kebabs because the sunny weather's coming.
Yeah, we're good. Final, hi Mark and Nadia and Annie Di and Lee and all the subs.
Look
I
at
got
you.
cellulitis in my leg. I'm in a lot of pain. Can I
Oh, you
have, get a
poor
well
thing.
shout out?
Sarah
Sarah.
Parsons, please get well, please get well. Sonella Martina, Sonella
What was that?
Martina.
The Soggy Semolina.
Sarah Parsons, Sarah.
Soggy semolina. Okay, guys.
Where are all your lovely bangers from? Mark buys a lot of them for me from a place called Huist, Huist. I think it's Swedish.
I think it's Danish.
And then I get them from whereabouts. You know, this one of our
Hither and
one
thither.
of our followers sent us this. Can you remember her name, Mark?
I can't, no, sorry.
Oh God, one of
Yeah,
our followers.
beautiful. I've got one over there which I take on and
And
off
then this
because I don't
one's
want
from
to break.
Topshop, and then I've got they're a real mixer, so I mix more expensive ones with very cheap ones. Usually I've got about this many. I don't know where they all are.
That's all right,
And
Rich.
of course from the Crazy Pig and the Crazy Frog.
There you go. Now, hit the like button if you've enjoyed it. We're now going to go off and count each other's holes.